Now I know you've been working hard and you've got up to your 16 rows. Here's my tail hanging down the center. I've gone to smaller thread and a smaller hook so that you can see. I'm hoping it's still clear enough for you. We should have 16 rows, and you count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That should mean we have 16 shells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Brilliant. Remember, if you've got chubbier arms, make it 18. This garment is designed to be one size fits most. I always find that one size fits most never seems to fit me. This one, I'm a 2XL. In American charts, so that means that I've covered a fair few sizes. If you're smaller, then it's not a problem, because the bias drape of this garment will work brilliantly. Now I'm starting my next row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to do a beginning chain at the beginning. You're used to that now. Your old hands at beginning shells, I should say. Please forgive me. I'm going to work my 3 trebles, and I'm going to work in pattern across. But when I get to the other end, and I'm just going to point that out to you because it'll take too long on video. When I get to the other end, I'm only going to do a double crochet, or a single crochet for Americans. In that, I'm not going to do a shell, and then I'm going to turn, because what's going to happen is we're going to turn this triangle into a rectangle, so it will expand out this way, but we will be doing decreases across the top, and we'll end up growing a long rectangle. I'll show you that in just a moment. Now, with the magic that is television or video, I've worked that last row and I'm up to the end. Now remember, I said when we get to the last 3 chain space, or chain 3 space, we don't do a shell, we just do a double crochet or a single crochet, and then we turn our work. Now we're going to be decreasing, so I want you to slip stitch into the first 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Don't worry about the double crochet. So slip stitch into the first treble. I like to go under 1 loop only. Don't ask me why. It seems to make less of a space, less of a lump, I think. So slip stitch into those 3 trebles or double crochets. 1, 2, 3. And here we are at our 3 chain space. Now just work a shell. So that's double crochet, 3 chain, you're an old hand at that now, and 3 trebles, all into that 3 chain space. What I like to do here, so I don't lose my way, is to pop a marker in this first double crochet. Now you know it's a double crochet or a single crochet because you can see the 2 little birdie's feet sitting on a branch. So I put my marker in there so I know which is my last shell when I come back. So I'm going to work along here all the way to the end, but in the end I will put a shell. Now those notes are in your instructions, but you're working in a funny way. I imagine it's not normal regular crocheting. That's the fun of corner to corner. So we're decreasing one end and we're still working in pattern the other end. So every second row we're going to be doing our slip stitches, not up this end but the end with the marker, and that's why I put the marker in to remind me. Now I'm just going to show you the rectangle already made up. Here we started in our beautiful whirl. This was beautiful colour, salted caramel. I don't know why I started that. I don't know how to pronounce the last bit, but I think if you get to salted caramel, you'll know where we were, what the name is. This is where we started. Let's look at our work where our tail is hanging down the bottom. Remember that was hanging down the bottom where we wanted it. We worked all the way out to 16 rows, and then we started to decrease. But at the same time, we kept increasing here until, now I'm going to pull this through for you in front of the camera. So we kept working, decreasing on one side, increasing on the other side to get our rectangle. And we keep doing this until you get to 70 rows. And here we have the shaping at the end. Marker still in place. 70 rows, we count it along here, and then we're ready to do the same decreasing on this side, and we come up and end up with a rectangle. Now this rectangle looks a wee bit tiny. You'll be going, oh my goodness, that'll never fit my arms, but it does stretch. It's quite amazing. That's why I did it on the bias, so you can see that stretch. So you'll need to do that before we can go any further, but all the instructions should be to you by now. Remember, you've got to download them. For some of you, you will have had to download the full pattern from Jenny King Designs website under the free pattern Sharon Crochet Along. Some of you will have been given these first instructions because you got in early. But we need to have all of that done as soon as you can to move on to the next video. So just so that you know, we started here, we worked out. We decreased on one side and put a marker in and kept increasing on the other side until it grew long. Look at the colorways. Isn't this going to be gorgeous? All the way along till we get to 70 rows. And I'll just show you how to count again with my thicker section, just to make it easier for you. If we put that on the side, row 1, row 2. Now you might see that row 2 is sort of a bit lumpier, so I count in 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. And this was our first row of changing from a triangle to get to a rectangle. So that's row 17. If you look at it, lay it out flat, it's easy to see, but you probably need a good light. All right, talk to you when we're to the next stage. Bye.